28 minutes on to 7 o'clock. If he's been good to you over the weekend, give a big shout this morning. It's that time to say good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It's Good Morning Grenada for today, Monday, the 13th day of January, 2025 is the year. Of course, Gordon Joseph in your company as always. How are you doing this morning, Grenada? Those of you out there in the diaspora, good morning, and welcome. Yulin Alexander, good morning to you. Mary E. Banks. Yulin, how you do? You all right? It's another good day to have a good day. And it's a good time to make a joyful noise. Yeah. Even if your problems have doubled, you know when the solution comes, it will be multiplied by 10, maybe 100. That's the solution, right? Problems will come. That's for certain, because life is a problematic journey. Happy Monday to each and every one of you.
Come on. Celebrate.
Good morning. It's 26 minutes on to 7 o'clock. It's Good Morning Grenada. A wonderful day in Spice Country. Yeah. How was the weekend? Hope you had a great weekend. Those of you who needed a rest, I hope you had the much needed rest. Those of you who had to keep going as Energizer Bernie, well, keep going. What I do know is that every organism needs some rest at some point in time. So make your time to get your rest. Good morning to all the security officers, all the police officers of the nation, all the medical practitioners. Good morning to you. Shirin Paul, good morning. How you doing? And the folks inside of Beaton. Yeah. How do you do, Tanti? Miss Gladys Paul. Nice it up and Carl Petty. Shine the thing for me. KJ, he likes to be called Ken Star. Good morning to you and the family. All the folks on the Rock and Beat Man. Boyo. Yeah. Laurel Land, good morning. Windsor Forest. Toko Bay. Agai. Pedmuta, good morning. Santi and Tempe, good morning to you. How do you do? And Philip, good morning. The folks inside of Mount Parnassus, the Coconut area, Rady and surrounding areas, good morning. Bonsoir. How do you do? Just like that, Yulin would start dancing.
Holy Spirit, take my soul.
Yeah. Sylvina Charles, good morning. Cicely Blackman, Dave Stapleton from SVG. Michelle Daniel, Gracelyn Rubin, Michelle Bernard, Lucille Pascal. They're all with us this morning. It's now time for the word of the day. Let's see what's the word of the day this morning. And that word today is fervent. Fervent. F-E-R-V-E-N-T. Fervent. And what it means displaying a passionate intensity. Here's how we can use it in a sentence. She was a fervent advocate for education reform. Good morning to the folks at the OECS Pearl. Yeah, good morning to all the wonderful folks. Hey, we have to continue that conversation, all right? Judy and Ald, good morning. So remember that the word of the day today, that word is fervent, F-E-R-V-E-N-T, and it means displaying a passionate intensity. She was a fervent advocate for reform. What reform? Political reform? Yeah, bringing a three-party state. Good morning. 23 minutes on to the 7. Nadisha, good morning to you and the folks inside of Coffee and surrounding areas. Debbie, how you doing? You and the family. Louis, good morning. The Holmes family. Abigail, good morning. Holmesy, you good? The folks in the Department of Cooperatives, good morning.
As I journey to this distant land, guide my steps.
The motivational tip of the day is up next. Good morning, Spice Queen. Is it cold?
So let wisdom be there.
Or is it warm? Alright, so you've got to repeat phrases like I am capable or I can achieve anything I set my mind to do. Remember that positive self-talk empowers action. It starts in the brain, it starts in the mind, yeah? To all the positive folks who spread the positivity, good morning to you. You know, there's always someone in the neighborhood, or there should be, you know, growing up, there's always someone that you can talk to when you have your problems. Even if you don't feel comfortable talking to your family, there's always this reliable, usually a senior citizen that you can go and talk with. In my days, I spoke with Miss Minavia, sometimes Mr. Cosmos. Yeah. But my grandmother was always there. She always listened there. Auntie Elsa, good morning to you. How do you do? You good? I want to say good morning to a long-standing friend of mine. We grew up in church singing and singing together. Scott Olive, good morning to you and your posse. You know, this morning I'm trying my best to remember your friend from Belial that came up with you. What's his name again, man? Anil's dad. I remember your name, you know. Works at Hubbard's. Good morning, Hubbard's. The nutritional health tip is up next, yeah?
Follow these steps and you'll be fine. Drink lots of water, keep the body.
Research studies have shown men are most susceptible to heart disease and heart failure throughout their lifetime, as this is the leading cause of death for men. The Center for Disease Control states that heart disease is often a silent killer that isn't diagnosed until signs and symptoms of heart attack, arrhythmia, an abnormal heart rhythm, or heart failure occurs. Heart disease is a broad name used to describe a number of ailments which affect the heart's function. A man is at risk of heart disease if he has an unhealthy diet, if he has uncontrolled diabetes, is overweight or obese, if he doesn't participate in regular physical activity, drinks alcohol, and smokes excessively. If your heart is unhealthy, you may experience symptoms such as feeling tired during the day, chest discomfort, particularly during exertion or activity, weakness or fatigue, swelling in the legs, belly area, feet, ankles, or hands, fainting and lightheadedness, easily getting short of breath, and fluttering in the chest. One of the easier ways to reduce the risk of heart disease is to have a healthy, balanced diet that does not contain foods that are high in saturated fats, sugar, salt, trans fat, and cholesterol. Instead, men should choose to eat more whole grains such as plain oatmeal, brown rice, and whole grain bread, ground provision, more vegetables and fruits like leafy greens, carrots, bananas, orange, plums, mangoes, and cherries, more protein-rich foods such as fish that is high in omega-3 fatty acids, lean meats, eggs, nuts, and seeds, and peas and beans. It is also important to choose oils and oil-rich foods that are high in monosaturated and polyunsaturated fats like canola, olive, sesame, sunflower, and soybean oils, almond nuts, salmon, avocado, and tofu. Other things that can be done are to stop smoking, reduce alcohol consumption, keep active, and practice proper stress management. Stay updated with our social media platforms during the month of June for more information. Until next time, the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council reminds you to look, eat, and feel well.
Rolls ring a bell? Yes, they keep the body working.
German Samuel, all the way in Montreal, good morning to you. She says, good morning, my Grenadian friend and family. Have a wonderful day. Same to you, German. Is it cold up there? Is it really, really cold? I hope it's not, man. But again, some folks like it cold. Teresa Joseph out there in Pearls, good morning to you. As a matter of fact, good morning to all the wonderful folks in Pearls. Yeah, Pearls and surrounding areas, good morning, good morning. The folks down at what we call Bottom Pearls, Simon Jack and them area. Cheryl, good morning. Yeah. My cousins and them inside down there, good morning, Bo family. Good morning to you, Erlin, all the way in the US of A. Nice. And of course, my friend here says, hey, good morning, Innocent. Please be advised that if you celebrated your birthday this month and you are a driver, then you have to renew your driver's license. You can pay it online on pay.gov.gd. Thanks as usual, bro. Quickly, what's buzzing this morning? Let's see what's buzzing. All right. A man injured in a shooting incident. Again, of course, Ministers Cornwall and Thomas among delegates at Maduro's swearing in. Are you going in that? Trump will give all you. It's one region. Leave Trump out of that. Stay out of that. Mind your business, mister. In the region, Dominica police investigating the first homicide for the year. Internationally, Israeli siege of northern Gaza leaves 5,000 dead and missing after 100 days. In sports, Cricket West Indies announces West Indies Championship 2025 schedule. We've got the details to this and more after these messages.
Unlocking opportunities, Excel leads the way in digital advancement every single day. Fair internet access for all to share. Transparent billing with consumer care. Excel 3 bill safeguarding our rights. Net neutrality, consumer protection shining bright. Mobile number portability available to you. Switch providers seamlessly. Keep the number true. Excel 3 bill promoting fair play in the digital world. Every single day, affordable services are important for all. Through the EC bill, there'll be progress overall. Ectel and the NTRCs connecting our communities.
Ectel and the NTRCs digitally transforming our space together.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Monday, January 13th, 2025. Coming up in the news, a man injured in shooting incident. Cornwall and Thomas among delegates at Maduro's swearing in. In the region, Dominica police investigating first homicide of the year. Internationally, Israeli siege of North Gaza leaves 5,000 dead or missing after 100 days. And in sports, Cricket West Indies announces West Indies Championship 2025 schedule. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Good morning. With the news, I am Gordon Joseph. The Royal Grenada Police Force is investigating a shooting incident which occurred during the late hours of Saturday, 11th January 2025 at Sendell Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, which resulted in one man sustaining injuries. The victim was taken to the General Hospital for medical attention, where he was admitted as a patient. Police investigations continue into the matter. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, alongside Honorable Joseph Andel, Lennox Andrew, and Senator Salim Rahman, and other members of a government's team, landed in China on Saturday for an official visit. At their visit to the Grenadian embassy in China, the delegation had the opportunity to meet with Grenadian students currently studying there, along with dedicated members of the diaspora who actively support the embassy. They shared words of encouragement with the students and engaged in meaningful dialogue. Prime Minister Mitchell said the Grenada-China relationship has grown significantly in various fields over the past 20 years, voicing hope for further growth of the ties in the next 20 years and beyond. The Prime Minister said in his view, there is only one China, and that speaks for itself, reaffirming Grenada's firm stance on the one China principle since the resumption of bilateral ties. The steady progress in bilateral relations, he said, have benefited both countries at the diplomatic, political, economic, trade, investment, cultural, educational, and people-to-people levels. Two of Grenada's cabinet ministers were among the guests for the swearing-in ceremony of Nicolas Maduro, who officially began serving his third term as Venezuela's president on Friday, January 20th, 2025. A presidential term in Venezuela is 6 years. Finance Minister Dennis Cornwall and Tourism and Culture Minister Adrian Thomas joined the delegates in Venezuela to witness the inauguration, which was held at the country's parliament, also called the Legislative Palace. International media reports say the palace was heavily guarded by police, military, and intelligence officers. The two ministers departed on Thursday, 9th January, and there was no return date provided. Now that concludes the first segment of news. The local segment, stay with us. The regional and international developments are straight ahead. In news from around the region, police in Dominica have launched an investigation into the death of a Salisbury resident who has tragically become the island's first murder victim for the year. According to initial reports, on Sunday, January 12, 2025, the victim, a young man, was allegedly stabbed multiple times. Despite being rushed to a nearby health center, he succumbed to his injuries. Police are actively investigating the incident and indicated that further details will be provided as they become available. Trinidad's Senator Dr. Amory Brown, who is now the country's Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, wants to be the next People's National Movement, that's the PNM, candidate for the Diego Martin West seat. Sources close to Brown yesterday shared a letter with Guardian Media written by him and addressed to the PNM's General Secretary, Foster Cummings, which was a consent for nomination for the seat. On 6th December, or 8th December rather, the Sunday Guardian exclusively reported that Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley would not be screened for the Diego Martin West seat and that Brown had his blessing as a replacement. Looking further afield, the Israeli military siege on the northern Gaza Strip has left about 5,000 Palestinians dead or missing after 100 days of brutal attacks that have only intensified amidst talks of a potential mediated agreement between Israel and Hamas. Another 9,500 Palestinians were injured as a result of the Israeli military operation in the north that was launched in early October. Firefighters scrambled on Sunday to make further progress against wildfires that have destroyed thousands of homes and killed 24 people in the Los Angeles area, as forecasters again warned of dangerous weather with the return of strong winds this week. At least 16 people were missing, and authorities said that number was expected to rise. The National Weather Service issued red flag warnings for severe fire conditions through Wednesday, with sustained winds of 50 miles per hour and gusts in the mountains reaching 75 miles per hour. The most dangerous day will be Tuesday, said Weather Service meteorologist Rich Thompson. That's the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. All right, good morning, sporting fans. Cricket West Indies, that's CWI, announced the schedule for the West Indies Championship 2025, which continues the 8-team format introduced in 2024. There will be several innovations in the upcoming edition of the West Indies Championship, including the return of first innings points in drawn matches, the use of the Kookaburra balls for 2 rounds, and at least one pink ball day-night fixture per team. Teams will be battling for the prestigious Headley Wicks Trophy and an attractive prize purse of $250,000 for the champions and $100,000 for the runners-up. The teams competing over 7 rounds of matches are defending champions Guyana Harpy Eagles, Barbados Pride, Combined Campuses and Colleges, Jamaica Scorpions, Leeward Islands Hurricanes, Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, West Indies Academy, and Windward Islands Volcanoes. Both the West Indies Academy and the Combined Campuses and Colleges have retained their places as permanent fixtures in the championship following their impressive debut seasons. Guyana Harpy Eagles won last year's a very exciting competition to earn their 7th crown in 9 years after heading into the final round with 3 other teams within touching distance of the title. And that's the sports. Stay with us. We've got the weather forecast coming up, which will be followed closely by a recap of the headlines. Well, folks, unfortunately, we are unable to bring you the weather at this point. We will endeavor to bring it to you in a matter of minutes as the team at the Met Office of the MBIA readies themselves for the weather presentation. So to end the news, a recap of the headlines. A man injured in shooting incident. Cornwall and Thomas among delegates at Maduro's swearing-in. In the region, Dominica police investigating first homicide of the year. Internationally, Israeli siege of North Gaza leaves 5,000 dead or missing after 100 days of occupation. And in sports, Cricket West Indies announces the West Indies Championships 2025 schedule. That has been the AM edition of news for today, Monday, 13th January 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending the invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Whether it's a furniture upgrade or appliance replacement, it's easy when you shop using Courts Ready Finance. Get more flexibility by choosing your payment terms, more affordability with low monthly payments, and more access with fast and easy application. Plus, there's no down payment and you make your first payment in 30 days. Get great deals and gifts with select purchase. Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
And so it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Unlocking opportunities, Excel leads the way in digital advancement every single day. Fair internet access for all to share. Transparent billing with consumer care. Excel 3 bill safeguarding our rights. Net neutrality, consumer protection shining bright. Mobile number portability available to you. Switch providers seamlessly. Keep the number true. Excel 3 bill promoting fair play in the digital world. Every single day, affordable services are important for all. Through the EC bill, there'll be progress overall. Excel and the NTRCs connecting our communities.
Excel and the NTRCs, digitally transforming our space together.
This Monday at 8:30 p.m., join Beyond the Headlines as Colin Dow sits down with Emmeline Peer, the newly elected political leader of the New National Party. The discussion will explore her journey to leadership, her perspectives on national priorities like education, healthcare, and pension reform, among other key issues shaping Grenada's future. Don't miss this engaging and informative conversation. Beyond the Headlines, voted Grenada's #1 current affairs program. Looking to take your business to new heights? Advertise with GPN on our social media platforms and get noticed by our 138,000 plus followers. Reach a massive engaged audience ready to connect with your brand. No matter your business size, GPN is here to help you grow. Contact us today at admin@gpn.gd or WhatsApp 407-8458 to get started.
All right, folks, it's 5 minutes after 7 o'clock, and I just want to say good morning. I tried to remember his name, and I did. Everest, good morning to you, bro. How are you doing? You and Scott, hope you all are doing fine. Boozum, good morning to you and yours. Mommy Gwen, good morning also. There's a very interesting piece that was posted via our WhatsApp platform, and it says, "Good morning, Innocent. I want to applaud that lady who always go over and beyond, doing a fantastic job in the town. Her exemplary effort is getting that dirty, filthy market yesterday and other times before must be highly commended. The firemen and the few others, thank you. That's the people I hope to see receiving awards and accolades on Independence Day. That lady deserves to be given a golden star for her dedication and devotion to the country and community. I make no mistake in saying so. Hope Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, Senator Claudia Joseph, even Pedro and others seeing those who put country first. Imagine the paid cleaner not cleaning and come by with a half man disrespecting the firemen. Vendors, please keep the market clean and sanitary." That was a post that was sent via WhatsApp platform. Now, there's something I want to talk about this morning. I am expecting Kurt Felix representing Ariza this morning as he talks about national champs. All right, there must be a hype that we go into the national champ. We are officially into the athletic season. All right. However, there's something that is coming in my sight too often. All right, last year we had a gun amnesty where folks with illegal firearms had the opportunity to turn them in and get off scotch-free with that. Just turn it in. The amnesty is over, and one would have hoped that the amnesty would have sort of eradicated the illegal firearms, but in such a short space, we're in the 13th day of the year, and we're seeing a proliferation of illegal firearms being used in shooting incidents. Fortunately, so far there hasn't been any homicide with it, but we're seeing we just read in the news, that's the third one that I'm hearing about. That one is in Grenville on Saturday. Now I want to hear from you before, when Kurt comes on, we will accommodate him, but just a brief conversation. Do you think the gun amnesty worked, or do you think it should have been extended to give folks with illegal firearms a little more time to think it over and, get it clear in their heads that, hey, this is the right thing to do, to give it up? What do you think can be done? Because it is showing its ugly head once again. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Doc.
Welcome to the program. How was your weekend?
Well, just quiet and good.
Okay.
How was yours?
Quiet, still trying to recuperate from the cold, coughing and wheezing a lot, but I'm alive.
God blessings to you. I'll tell you something. I talked a lot. I wrote a lot in the past. But let me say it again. Laws don't solve problem. People do. Sometimes when we say things, people don't listen. And I want to say to our leaders and those who put the subject to guide us, pay attention to the well-being of your citizens. Yeah? I don't want to say much because I say it over and over and over. But I know where it's coming from. Some people don't. A word to the wise is sufficient. Laws don't solve problems. People do. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you very much, caller. Have a great day yourself. Lydia says, I think it should be extended to give people a little more time to see if they are honest enough to bring in their illegal weapons. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Innocent.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm not doing good at all.
What happened?
I'm glad you bring up the point about arms and all this thing. Saturday, please, Saturday gone. I don't know, like every time you have a drug bust. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, again you're repeating me in the back.
Yeah, wait. This whole remote getting trouble.
Yeah, again you're repeating me in the back.
Right. Yes, and the drug squad come, and like every time they approach the bridge and they see Susan Ghetto, they have to search Kimo. Kimo don't have a place. Kimo getting a large in.
Who's Kimo?
And you say, what embarrassing. Me daughter is police. Me granddaughter is police. He looking like, you come in and set up something to make her lose she walk. I like it all looking good. The drug squad too regular in me place now. You understand? They embarrassing me daughter. Me daughter is a sergeant. Our young granddaughter was join the force just the other again. And time for them to give Susan a space. When I was in PRA, they could have come and search me place because I had AK and I used to drive a mad can Paul report. No, I don't them PRA and thing again. I retire. You understand?
Okay.
I find it about time. The drug squad give me a chance now, man. They embarrassing me child. And me child was passing the background when the police was she using she brain. And in Trinidad she go and collect a word. And you ease up on Susan. Okay. I walk with my foot on the ground to send me child in college.
Okay.
Have a good day, my brother.
All right. Have a good one. All right. Okay. 435-2041, 11 minutes after 7 o'clock. I would like to hear from you. What suggestions can you make? And take into consideration that the rank and file of the RGPF, they can't do it alone. We heard it from ASP Richards. All right, we need the people along with us. Good morning, callers.
Morning, Innocent.
Hi, welcome.
We need to, and also morning to the listeners and the viewers, we need to consider the proximity of Trinidad to Grenada. And some of the things that have come out of Trinidad, that the link between the crime situation in Trinidad and its impact on Grenada. A lot of the guns, apparently, or some of the guns that end up here come from Trinidad or Venezuela because of the easy access to guns. I mean, as a result of the Venezuelan situation, we need to look at that and see how we could curb as much as possible. And then the population needs to become much more honest. We need to inform who have guns, because we all will suffer. That's all I'll say for now.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. 435-2041. That's the number, and I'd really, really like to get your suggestions in. All right. We're not used to that. Of course, the world is now a global village, and when one part sneezes, the other parts catch the cold, but we're not used to that, and it's really becoming a nuisance. It is a serious deal, I mean, it's not like it was a good thing, but in the past, and when there's a conflict, when it gets out of hand and it's not managed properly, you might hear somebody pull a cutlass or a piece of wood, but now they're pulling guns. That's not something that we're so used to. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, Innocent. This problem, I think, is because not enough research and time was spent before putting that law into practice. I mean, what were the results did they expect? Did they really think that people would stop dying from violence? Firearms only just one part of it, illegal firearms. People are killed by cutlass, knife, stone, much more than by firearms. And my thing is that you have to try and get the anger out of the people. That's the only way you're going to kind of cut down on murders and that sort of thing.
So in essence, you're looking at the causative agent.
But you really think that if you remove all the firearms in the world, people would stop being killed and murdered? No. Before there were firearms, there were murders?
Yeah, I get your drift.
And the fact is that we should just think that just one thing like that would, I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't help, although I think they went overboard with some of the penalties and so on, and as you say, a lot more time maybe needed to be spent in trying to get people to understand what you're trying to achieve and try to work on people's behaviors and so on. We know that most of these murders with illegal firearms comes from one area, the drug trade. What has really been done to deal with that? And that's my problem with it. We just think that, a law like that will just solve the problem. It wouldn't.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a very very good point there. Get to the root of it. Maybe we need to have a more involvement of psychosocial programs in the various communities, go out and community engagement and community outreach. Good morning to you, Tyrone Buckmeyer, and the folks at Legal Aid and Counseling. Good morning to the folks at SVU. All these agencies, maybe that could be an approach, because if people are not trained how to deal with their anger, then it doesn't necessarily have to be a firearm. They can take, as some folks would say, they can, commit that crime with a piece of toilet paper. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Have a nice, like I was saying, you agree the other power call, but we, the Grenadians, need to contact our ministers and do like John Rollo talked about early in the year, get the Constitution and change the laws to help us before we self-destruct.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, caller. It's 17 minutes after 7 o'clock, reminding you that I'm expecting Mr. Kurt Felix to join me this morning, representing, of course, Ariza. Ariza is one of the main sponsors for the national champs, and we've got the national champs coming up. So, which one? Kurt Felix, yeah, should be joining me this morning. Grace and peace, Mr. Joseph from East Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York. When in the diaspora, feel free to call 718-300-2428. Okay, what do you do? Marilyn Gilbert says the punishment is too light when found with firearm. The law should be more harsh when dealing with the people. And they got enough time when they are found. They deserve jail time. Pure nonsense. All right. Okay, so give us a call. Let's share the ideas. How do you think, that scourge could be tackled? Because it is indeed, a cause for concern. I mean, it's unfortunate that anytime we have a misunderstanding, a disagreement, or even if it gets to an altercation, it's that easy for someone to pull the firearm and discharge. That's not what we were used to. Yeah. Okay, I've been signaled that the gentleman is here. So what we'll do, we'll take a commercial break and we'll be back with more on the conversation. Subsequent to Kurt's presence, we will get back into the conversation. So get your thoughts together.
The St. John's Christian Secondary School 60th anniversary, January 12th to the 19th, 2025, celebrating 60 years of excellence through God's grace and guidance, calling all alumni. Come out and celebrate with us. Here's the calendar of events. On Sunday, January 12th, church service at the school auditorium from 9:30 a.m. Wednesday, January 15th, meet and greet at Belmont Estate 3:30 p.m. Thursday, January 16th, health fair at the school from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. Friday, 17th January, chapel day, open forum at 10 a.m., open house at 11 a.m. Sunday, January 19th, gala at the Trade Center from 7 p.m.
It's clearly documented that we have been having, as a planet, an increase in incidence of cancers. But remember, cancer is a genetic disease.
When you now look at somebody's DNA or their genetics, it can tell you everything about a person. So what we use next generation sequencing to do in particular is to look at hereditary cases of diseases.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
right, welcome back to the conversation. Of course, as I told you, I've got with me a goodly gentleman. He too is, this station is becoming very ambassadorial because last week I had Lyndon Victor with me, and this morning here is Mr. Kurt Felix. I called your name right this time.
Yes.
Yeah, when we met in the ministry the other day, I mixed your name, Kurt Victor and all kind of thing, but Kurt Felix. All right, so as I told you this morning, Arise Credit Union, that's their slot on Mondays, and they're one of the main sponsors for the national champs. And we also have we were just talking about a relay meet that we're going to be having in La Sagesse on the 8th of February, the Virgin Parish relay meet. And Kurt happened to be in the ministry when Colin and we were talking about it. We need to get things done that will keep young people more engaged positively, that the energies can be channeled in more positive initiatives. But what I want us to talk about this morning, how has national champs and things like that impacted your life?
Well, national champs is an opportunity for you to show that you belong, and it gives athletes beyond the secondary school, because most times you finish school so early. At an early age, we haven't really tapped into our full potential. So national champs gives us an opportunity outside of intercol to showcase our talent and, get eyes on us and potentially get scholarships out there. So for me, it was really good. After I finished GBSS, I had that opportunity to make the character teams and stuff like that. So.
Why GBSS? I was of the opinion that you went to McDonald College, which is the best secondary school on the island. But nonetheless, I could excuse that.
GBSS, man. GBSS.
Okay. Yeah. So, what discipline are you best at in terms of sports?
I would say the javelin and jumps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're also a decathlete?
Yes, I'm a decathlete. Yes.
All right. Okay. Wow. And how far have you gone with this?
I've been to 2 Olympic Games, NCAA champion, Pan American silver medalist, Commonwealth Games bronze medalist, and multiple participation, finishing top 8 in world championships.
Wow. So it has given you a whole lot of exposure. It has sort of developed you personally, and in addition to that, a very critical thing Kurt Felix spoke about. We touched on it last week when he was here. How important is it to marry your extracurricular activities, in your case it's sports, right, and the academics?
It's really good because it go hand in hand. When you're disciplined in your studies, you're disciplined in your craft. You pay attention to the details and make sure everything is done properly to get a good grades, just as it is in your performances. So it keeps you focused, it keeps you grounded, and help you manage your time wisely.
I remembered as a youngster in school, Mr. Neville Goodin, that coach. He was my English A teacher, and then he gravitated towards sports and so forth. But he had always said that it's important to have that sense of balance, in that if you're disciplined enough to participate in athletics or sports, whatever sport it was. In my case in school, I was into the javelin and the shot put. Well, I was always too heavy to run, But he said, if you're disciplined to participate in sports, that discipline eventually rolls into, or it should roll into your academics, the discipline that you put when it comes to studying, like designating a certain amount of time for studies and getting your academics done in a timely manner and to the best of your ability. Do you share that sentiment?
Yes, I applied that in college. Normally after I finished training and having my dinner and stuff, I would go to the library almost every night and stay there until about midnight. Yeah, just looking at my work, looking at what needs to be done. So,
and what field are you in, Kurt? Lyndon said he is into business. He did business. What did you do?
Psychology.
Really? So what do you intend to? What's your career path subsequent to your sporting career?
Well, I thought about getting into counseling, and there's a big market also for sports psychology, being able to help younger ones navigate that mental aspect in the sport. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking into that.
In speaking with Kurt Lyndon, I keep mixing you all up. In speaking with Lyndon last week, he was of the opinion that folks like yourself, right, or athletes who have excelled, need to be embraced and engaged from an administrative level, from a government level, to go out into our communities, to the schools and villages, and do a sort of mentorship. Speak with the young people, engage them, let them know that, okay, life is tough, life is challenging, but if you direct your energies in the right places, that good things can happen. Do you think that you could take up a task like that?
Oh, yes, definitely. I have been doing it. I go to my primary school, and then I go volunteer sometimes and help some of the clubs around the islands. Sometimes some of the coaches reaches out to me, so I go out and help wherever I can. So it's something I've always been doing.
Mm-hmm. When you analyze our youth nowadays, now as a youngster growing up, the era in which I grew up, the Junior Murrays, the Royal Lewis, the Kennedy Cotto, the Leon De Cotto, the what's his name, Colin Peters, and so forth. You could see that after a while they progressed. Luke Cullen is actually the sports coordinator, national sports coordinator now, and so forth. What do you think is the reason why we are seeing so much deviant behavior from our youngsters? I mean, the access they have to things now, we didn't have it, and I didn't know what a smartphone was when I was in school. I didn't have this kind of access, and the kind of monies that children are provided with to go to school now, it's like an allowance, but they still seem to be sidetracked. What do you think is the main cause of that?
I think a number of things. Back then we didn't have anything to distract us, so they're influenced by a broader amount of stuff in terms of social media and all of that stuff. But growing up, we were more engaged in play.
Yeah.
So that helped develop a lot of different skills, that help us to progress in life. But they're exposed to a lot of stuff, and so I think that gives a sense of entitlement per se. Whereas we had to go out there and work hard for everything. That we needed.
They have it too easy now.
Yeah. I wouldn't say too easy, but it's kind of like, okay, they don't have to put out the extra effort.
That's my interpretation of having it too easy. As a youngster growing up, when Miss Charles gave me some biology homework to do, I didn't have the benefit of Google to go and Google it and stuff. I had to go and do my research and go and look for people that have the knowledge and sit with them, let them explain it and go through. Nowadays, you just Google
AI,
yeah, they Chat GPT and so forth, even writing it out for you. So I think maybe that could be one of the. But it's sad because if the social media is used positively, all right, for the right reasons, of course, yes, entertainment to an extent too, but if it is used positively, it could have such a different impact than what we are seeing. I mean, pornography is one of the easiest things for children on the smartphones now. Sometimes I wonder if parents have that sort of parental control on the devices that they extend to their children. But all in all, it's my opinion that all all is not lost. I think that folks like yourself and that cadre of athletes that have excelled, and when I say excelled, not just excelled in athletics or whatever this sporting discipline you've chosen, but you've also balanced it and married it to your academics as well. So when your sporting life is over, because your sporting life is not very, very long.
Yeah.
You understand? You have a life that you can go there and be fruitful. So I really wish that folks like you, I mean, you've been doing it. I've been following your footpaths, and you've been doing it. But I really wish that the powers that be embrace folks like you all, and events like the national champ. You know, do you think there really could be a platform for the young folks to really step up?
Yes, it definitely could be a platform, because when we're speaking in terms of national champs, then you can allow other national athletes from other different countries to come in and participate, where as an intercall and the smaller meets that we have is limited. So in terms of national champs, it can attract foreign competitors, which will elevate the performances and stuff.
Okay. In your assessment now, do you see another Kurt Felix, another Kirani, another Lyndon Victor, another Anderson Peters, another Afi Fletcher? Do you see that coming up in the follow-up of athletes after you guys?
Oh, I always see them. Like sometimes when I go and I watch kids play or help them with certain things, and I see what they're doing, not yet realizing their potential, like it makes me smile and happy, because I was like, okay, there's a potential person to go out there and represent Grenada at the highest level and do great things.
So you think we have it? We have the natural talent?
Yes, we definitely do.
And all that is needed, is it safe for me to say that all that is needed is for the relevant authorities to harness the talent?
Yes, I think once there's proper structure in place, based on how our system is set up, we have to identify them from a young age, like primary school. So once we see them and we're able to develop them from then, you know, we can have great performance from an early stage. Because a lot of the times, a lot of athletes are late bloomers. So when we don't get them within that window between Form 1 and Form 5, then basically that's it. They go off to TAMCC, and some of them don't really follow that path and, you know, excel the way they should. So we have to try and create the competition from an early stage, have that competitive drive in them early, so then we can see and then push forward.
Now, it would be impossible in our dynamics, impossible for students, quite a number of our youngsters are coming from homes and parentage that are not financially strong as some. All right, and that finance shouldn't be a barrier for excellence. We have companies like Ariza, of course. Ariza has been very supportive throughout the years to individuals as well as to organizations and so forth in developing sports and so forth. How significant a role do you think Ariza has been playing in especially with the national champs and so forth coming? What would it be like without companies like Ariza?
It would be difficult because at the end of the day, they're the driving force behind a lot of the things that we don't see as athletes or fans. There's a lot that goes into developing sports and developing kids as a whole. So there's a lot that goes into that we don't see that they play a very important role in. And just hope that a lot more companies can come on board and put the drive. And then also parents seeing the benefits of sports, because I always say I would always encourage parents to push their kids in sports because there's a lot of opportunities out there. I think sometimes we get so sidetracked by, I don't have to do this or that. But if you really determined and have the drive, you can go out there and get a world of experience that that can really develop a young child's life.
When I listen to the exploits of folks like yourself and Lyndon and Kirani and so forth, prior to you all getting that sort of, even Alan Francis not to an extent, Alan Francis, Hazelin, Regis, Beckles, very educated, but a whole lot of accomplishments because of their pursuits in athletics and so forth. And it's so important that people like you always ring that in the heads of the children and the parents as well, because we still have parents in Grenada who think that in order for my child to be successful, they must become a doctor or a banker or a lawyer or a police or a teacher. I don't think teachers would be making as much money as you and Kirani and those guys and them as time progresses.
I always say this: not everybody gonna go out there and become a world champion, Olympic medalist, or an all-star on West Indies, whatever sport it is. But the sports can offer them opportunities where they can get an education and build a network of people in different areas from different parts of the world that would expose them to different things. So it's a driving force, it's an opportunity, it's a wheel to get you further in life. Okay.
All right. So whereas we're not in a position to announce the date as yet for the national champs, but how grand an event you think it would be this year?
Well, I hope it will be a really good event, better than it always been. Every year we just growing strength. Because looking forward, I was watching the character performance last year and the intercall. It's so competitive. I like to see that, because there's times I'm watching intercall and the level of performance wasn't there. But watching a bunch of the guys in the different areas just excelling, I think it's gonna be good. And based on some of the performances in the build up in the mini meets and stuff so far, there's some guys that have some really good performance. So looking forward to those competition.
And again, Ariza is in the fore as it relates to that financial support for, not just the national champs, but for other events that really build the athletics calendar. Ever so often you hear of an activity, and when you look behind the scenes, you would realize that institutions are there, but Ariza is also always there, always willing to support and so forth. St. David, there's going to be a relay meet in St. David on the 8th of February, the Virgin Parish relay meet in I'll suggest. And I wish that you can, come and do a thing or two.
Yeah. So once I'm here, I'm definitely going to take part in an event.
Okay.
It's good to see initiatives like that,
Yeah. And are you going to be taking part in national champs?
Oh, yeah. Yes, once I'm here, that's a plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, we've exhausted that slot. And again, I just want to say thanks to you for representing Ariza. I like to use Donald Trump's word, bigly. Representing Ariza bigly this morning. And just keep the flag of Grenada flying high. And, be that mentor, that inspiration that someone else can look up to and say, I want to be like Kurt Felix. I want to be like Kurt. Why? Because you've balanced it right. You've gotten the academics and you have the athletic prowess. And it's also important for us to know that with athletics or whatever sporting discipline you choose, as Kurt rightfully said, it exposes you to a world of opportunities out there. Any parting words, Kurt?
Yes, I just want to encourage every young child out there to, take up a sport, be disciplined in what you do, and whatever you do it well. There's a world of opportunities out there, and take advantage of it.
Okay. All right, folks, that's the slot for Ariza this morning. Kurt Felix is here, and of course, the national champs is forthcoming. Ariza, again, is one of the big sponsors behind it as they continue to do what they do best, supporting sports and culture and things like that. So that's it for this segment. We take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Grenadians, the National Celebrations Committee invites you to celebrate the next 50, embracing a future of development, transformation, and unity as we ready ourselves to mark the Grenada's 51st anniversary of independence. On February 7th, 2025, activities include the Independence Monarch Competition semifinals, January 25th at Lassages Playing Field, with the final carded for Saturday, February 1st at the Sutters Bus Terminal. National Church Service, February 2nd, 3 p.m., Crossroad RC Church. February 6th, National Colors Day, Interministerial Competition and Independence Cultural Extravaganza from 7 p.m. at the Grenfell Bus Terminal. And on Friday, 7th, it's the grand finale at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. The Independence Day Rally, Military Parade, and Made in Grenada Expo. Let's all celebrate in true Grenadian unity the anniversary of our 51st independence.
Grenada is such a beautiful country.
Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Whether it's a furniture upgrade or appliance replacement, it's easy when you shop using Courts Ready Finance. Get more flexibility by choosing your payment terms, more affordability with low monthly payments, and more access with fast and easy application. Plus, there's no down payment and you make your first payment in 30 days. Get great deals and gifts with select purchase. Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Welcome back. It's 14 minutes on to 8 o'clock. I'm joined by a beautiful lady again this morning, and I'm so happy that you're here, Miss Janelle Lewis.
Good morning.
And she is the project officer at the Office of the Creative Affairs. Good morning.
Good morning, Innocent. Happy New Year. It's the first time I'm seeing you for the year.
Really?
Yes.
You mean inside GVN?
Inside GVN,
okay.
yes.
All right. So you got to be specific. Right. A whole lot of things have been happening. Last year was a hyperactive year for the office. It came on stream last year, right?
Well, year before, because now we're in 2025.
Right, yeah, okay.
So in 2023, the Office of Creative Affairs was launched. So we're now closer to the 2-year mark than we were at the 1-year mark.
And so much have been done.
Yes.
In that time. I mean, I must commend you and your team. You know, so many things have been done, so many lives have been touched,
correct,
especially in the creative environment.
Correct, yes.
And it's no stopping now.
No stopping now. Full speed ahead. It's a new year. We have new goals and new plans and new initiatives to launch and so on. So it's full speed ahead.
Right. So what are some of the plans going forward?
Well, right now we're going to start with, well, not a new plan, but the TAMCC courses that we have going on. So I just want to take a little step back. Last Thursday, because remember I've been coming all these months promoting these courses, letting creatives know why it's so important to invest in the entrepreneurial side of, you know, the creative industry or your business. You know, you're good at your craft, but how about you treat it as a business and start from there? So last Thursday, we had a certificate and awards ceremony for the individuals who would have successfully completed the first cohort of courses that we had. So we had 4 courses to begin with, and we have a total of 87 passes from 54 students. So last week we had a nice little ceremony for them. A couple of them got awards because there were individuals who did all 4 courses. As the 4 were launched, they did all the 4. Some of them did 3, some did 2, a couple of them did 1. So we were really proud of them. We had a wonderful, wonderful ceremony, and you're going to see a few details about that later on during the day. But we had a wonderful ceremony, and we're so proud of them. And the ceremony couldn't be at a better time, because now when you see all the hype, when everybody's posting their pictures and their awards and their certificate, now other creatives want to know, how can I be part of that? These courses happened, you know, maybe they didn't know, and now they know. So today, the 13th of January, is day 1 of registration for the new installment of courses under the Cultural and Creative Industries Specialized Courses with TAMCC. So right now, it's going to be registration for small business management for creatives and introduction to portfolio. And remember, we spoke about portfolio as it relates to how creatives put together their body of work, whether or not they're doing it for a showcase, whether or not they're doing it just to look at it and see where they can improve, whether or not they're doing it to present to a client, you know, this is what I do, this is what I can do, here you go, you can have a look. So these are the 2 courses that are going to be offered, and registration starts today at 9 a.m. It's minutes to 8, so you have time.
101, 10 minutes.
Yes, and space is limited, obviously, because when we did Introduction to Entertainment Law, TAMCC had to say, hold up, you know? So space is limited. Scholarships are available also from the Office of Creative Affairs so that you can do these courses, because TAMCC, they charge for the courses. They charge $660 per course. However, the Office of Creative Affairs, in its mandate to support the creative industries, are offering scholarships in that regard.
100% scholarships?
100% scholarships.
Wow, okay.
You go, you register for the courses, and then you apply. We have a link on our social media, or you can just contact us to get the link, and you apply through the scholarship link, and we take it from there, contact you, and so on. So the first thing is you need to register, because you can't apply for a scholarship, if you fill up the scholarship link and then you go Friday and times you see, oh no, there's no space for this course. So we need people to go today, register,
then come,
and then either you can, well, the link is it's an online link. So if you need it, you send us a WhatsApp message, or you can just go to our Instagram or Facebook page. It's there on Instagram and Facebook for them to click and put in their information.
Let me ask you this. You just mentioned something with the availability of space in TAMCC for the courses. Do you see in the not too distant future a center for the creative arts? That's your own ballroom where you can have this sort of
right now TAMCC is the one driving this, because remember, we started with these specialized courses, these one, just have a small group and so on. But in September, there will be an associate's degree program for cultural and creative industries. So TAMCC is leading the way towards that. What would be in the future, whether or not, it's grown out of its realm or so, we don't know. But right now, there is a space for creatives, whether you want to do standalone, because we do understand that there are creatives already in their craft, seasoned, for lack of a better word. They're good at what they do, but they want to sharpen the skills. So they may not want to dedicate 2 years to sit and do an entire associate's degree program, because they might feel, what, according to in local parlance, I have it already. Yeah. But they, have it locked, but just a little extra that they might want to do. So these standalone courses will still be available, even with the associate's degree program being available. The standalone courses will be available, but the associate's degree program also, we wanted to appeal to the youngsters. That's why we have the school tour initiative, and that's about to come back on later on in this year, maybe in the next couple months, but that's why we have the school tour initiative, and we're getting into the primary schools and the secondary schools to say, hey, it's not just going to TAMCC and do business management or natural sciences. If you love this, if you are looking now at those who have gone before you and see, what, I can probably do this for a living, then there is a pathway for you to do that. At least there is a start.
From the previous courses and initiatives that the office had taken, what success stories have you had? Have you had any success stories of people going out in the region and internationally? And
people in their own right do whatever it is, and success, we don't want to say that success is, you have to make it big, you have to be a Beyonce, you have to be a Rihanna. We do have people in Grenada here that make it big. That big, yes. But we also have creatives that want to see that, there's the encouragement, because we don't want to say, back in the days, dancing for a living, whether or not you're doing music, you're doing art, it was as a side, as a hobby, but we're seeing the way that the world is changing. We're seeing the way that people are even able to commission their pieces online, the use of technology and so on. You don't need to have your pieces hanging in a gallery. And so the way that technology is moving, we want people to see that there are opportunities for you to have. So we don't want to define their success as you're going out there. But when we talk about success in our own right, as long as the creatives feel valued and they show that level of gratitude, because in the ceremony on Thursday, Mr. Junior Checkley, Just School, he gave a few remarks, and Mr. Kenrick Harper from Harper's Music Services, and they were so eternally grateful for the opportunities, apart from the courses, but just for the opportunities that the Office of Creative Affairs has made available. The courses, the workshops, the voucher program, the grants program, if it is that they are doing community outreach, making access to financing, having the process not be that stringent because you understand the nuances of the creative community. So the fact that they're so grateful for the initiative is enough,
that in
you know,
itself is a success
to
story.
propel and say, yes, you know, this is a success story. The fact that they're looking at what they learned, because Mr. Checkley did say come September he's going to fully enroll into the associate's degree program. And the good thing about the standalone courses is that those 3 courses that he's already done would be put forward to the program. So those credits, he already has that locked.
Okay. All right. So we really want to get people to register today. How do they do that?
Right. So you go to TAMCC at the School of Continuing Education. That building is right as you're crossing the pedestrian crossing by the Anglican High School. That the Armstrong building there, it's right there. You go in there, it's room number 10. Even if you don't know which room it is, you ask for Miss Mauricia Japal. She is the point of contact. You need to bring a valid ID. That's the only thing. So you have to have a valid ID. There are no prerequisites. So you don't need to come with CXC certificate, and then you don't also need to feel discouraged by saying, TAMCC, I don't know, I ain't have this, I ain't have that. No. All we ask is that you be a creative and you're registered with the Office of Creative Affairs, but you can always register with us after, as long as you are a creative, you know. So we don't expect and because the courses are tailored to creatives, the name is Small Business Management for Creatives.
Right.
We don't expect to see, I'm trying to get an example, but somebody who are not in that field to go there, because the course is not tailored for you. You would find, and the reason why we have courses tailored for creatives is because you'll find business management courses for traditional business anywhere. Everybody is offering these types of things, but who is specifically doing things for the creatives? Understanding, you know, their nuances, their seasonality of what it is that they do to help them know how to function in their business sense. So we want creatives to go register. You go register today. Registration is from today to Friday.
Okay.
But as I said, you know, I say early bird catches the worm. Old people say if you're not good for thick in front. So I'm saying all of this to say, go today. If you can't go today, go tomorrow. And you know, who knows? Maybe Friday there might be a slot if you choose to wait until Friday. But we're encouraging people to go today, because classes also start on the 22nd. So classes are starting next week.
Okay.
So you want to get everything in order, you know, to line up your schedule and so on.
And after registering at TAMCC, they can go online and
apply for the scholarship. Or just you can call us if you need clarification on anything, because a lot of people like to call us, oh, I saw this, oh, I heard this. And if you need clarification, you can call us and we'll be more than happy to provide you with the information. But you register first, then you apply for the scholarship. We send you your details and so. And the classes are portfolio would be offered once, 1 day per week.
Okay.
Right?
And is it live in person or?
Right. So portfolio would be in person, right, once per week, and the small business management will be 3 times per week. Because even when you think of a course like that, you're thinking that that's a lot of content to cover. So it'll be 3 days per week. 2 of the days are in person, 1 day is online.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And if someone wants to contact the office, what's the number?
So we can be called or WhatsApp on 534-4622. We're very responsive on WhatsApp. We're very responsive to calls. If you even want to see somebody face to face, you can go to the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Economy and Culture, or you can send us an email, info@creativeaffairs.gov.gd.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, folks, you heard it. And just go and register and then apply for the scholarship and just be a better creative.
A better creative, that's right. And they won't regret it. We've had, it's a process, it's a journey, and we find that a lot of them, even the older ones who are in the class, say, you know, it's been so long I've been out of a classroom setting. It's kind of been, you know, it's been a process to get settled in. But after they've done it, they're happy that they stuck with it. They're happy that they went ahead and do that to benefit themselves.
Yeah. Ms. Lewis, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I know you're part of us, so you'll be back soon with more interesting information. Folks, that's it for the conversation. We've got to attempt to join the BBC for that bulletin of news. Thank you for being a part of the conversation this morning.